So look, it's a Wednesday, running back. There's a W in the chat. The cat just spitting facts, got the Catholic culture on the map. There ain't no PvP, we're preaching PvP. If you want COC, you better show you mean it. Stay in culture, let's make some more. Cadets Corner, so you call her. All the baddies is a lady, pull up is a lady. Killing you, me also known as that. Chatting with Kash on the back end, I was gonna add up the change like a cat. Gotta say I'm glad I was in the Jupiverse, like an OG status and I'm still up on the path. Cooking over gas, started the expansion. Looking like a blast man, it's fun to be a cat. If you ain't one yet, you should stick around for that. When my name turned red, I felt the first passion. I think we'll get it moving on, making do some music and the cats like it's a groove. Truly, cats looking like a little movie. Life getting changed, that's how he said he do it. We got wins here every week. I've been saying that it's heat. Every call I be getting geeked. I'm in thrall for every speaker. Updates making peace. Roof break, can you see it? Luck ain't even in it. This is just a bunch of heavy lifting. So look, it's a Wednesday, running back. There's a W in the chat. The cat that's spitting facts, got the Catholic culture on the map. There ain't no PvP, we're preaching PvP. If you want COC, you better show me. Wins here every week. I've been saying that it's heat. Every call I be getting geeked. I'm in thrall for every speaker. Updates making peace. Roof break, can you see it? Luck ain't even in it. This is just a bunch of heavy lifting. So look, it's a Wednesday, running back. There's a W in the chat. The cat that's spitting facts, got the Catholic culture on the map. There ain't no PvP, we're preaching PvP. If you want COC, you better show you mean it. Stay in culture, let's make some more. Cadets Corner, so you call her. All the baddies is a lady, pull up is a lady. Killing you, me also known as that. Chatting with Kash on the back end, I was gonna add up the change like a cat. Gotta say I'm glad I was in the Jupiverse, like an OG status and I'm still up on the path. Cooking over gas, started the expansion. Looking like a blast man, it's fun to be a cat. If you ain't one yet, you should stick around for that. When my name turned red, I felt the first passion. I think we'll get it moving on, making do some music and the cats like it's a groove. Truly, cats looking like a little movie. Life getting changed, that's how he said he do it. We got wins here every week. I've been saying that it's heat. Every call I be getting geeked. I'm in thrall for every speaker. Updates making peace. Roof break, can you see it? Luck ain't even in it. This is just a bunch of heavy lifting. So look, it's a Wednesday, running back. There's a W in the chat. The cat that's spitting facts, got the Catholic culture on the map. There ain't no PvP, we're preaching PvP. If you want COC,
Yo! What? Where'd I go? There I am. What's going on, everybody? It is good to be back. I will warn you right now, I am a little sick. That's why the light is a little different. I'm wearing glasses. I've gone through one full box of tissues today. I've taken 2 naps. I took 3 showers to try to clear up my eyes and ears and nose, but had to come on and do the planetary call. I missed you too much last week. That's just the basic fact. So we have a good one coming today. Martin says, Kash, you looking good today? Thank you very much, Martin. I sent a voice note to my guy OG earlier today, and his only response was, you sound like shit. It's good to know your friends got your back. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to OG and everybody else. But we have just too much good stuff going on. I could not help but come back for this planetary call. Let me share my screen. And again, I apologize in advance if I'm a little bit lower energy today. Here's the good news. The content is very good today, so it doesn't really matter what I have to say. Should I wear more glasses? Is that what the chat is telling me right now? We're going to have to do we'll do a fashion stream another time where I'll get everybody's ideas on the fashion side of things. I've also been told it's a little bit more ASMR when I'm sick like this, but we'll find out. In any case, it is September 3rd. Jesus. September 3rd. We are here for the planetary call. And before we get going, you know what we do. We do it every single time. We're not going to stop this time. Unofficial cadet theme song. Let's go. Whoa, hold on. How am I sharing this? I'm sharing the wrong screen. That is tricky. I don't know how that happened, but there we go. Now we're back on the right screen. Yes, you maybe just caught me staring at the Jupiter Lend dashboard, which is what I stare at every day, all day. It is the only thing that I refresh. Who needs TikTok when you have the stats dashboard? My name is Kash Donda. I am the cat herder, and apparently I am an airdrop farmer as well. That's a little bit of a teaser for what you're going to see later today. Jupe's not doing an airdrop. Let's just start with that right now. Jupe is not doing an airdrop. Please do not get too excited about that. I'm immediately worried about that. But there is going to be something very nice for all of you airdrop hunters out there that's coming up in just a little bit. First time ever premiere on the Planetary call. In case you're new here, welcome. It's great to have you. In this call, what we do is celebrate the people, the products, the partners that make the Jupiverse so great. It's not a time for token price, but it is a time for the vibes. If it is your first time here, you're going to have to do me a favor. You're going to have to get active in the chat, like Ignacio already there. I see El Batboy. Southern is always there. Yariter, who you know comes correct every single time. Sax, who's lying about my token incoming, and many, many others. We even have the pleasure of the Slugman today in the chat, which is pretty good. Kat says Cash go accidentally launched token right now. That worked out so well last time, so why not? Why not try it again? That's very good. That's very good indeed. Sumptuous, I'm feeling very sick. I will be passing out right after this call, and I've been passing out a bunch. But I'm really learning that I should wear glasses more often. God damn, I should do that. Shout out to Broda, shout out to Broski, shout out to Ty and everybody else who's over here. Let's talk about what we're looking at today. This week, we got This Week in the Jupiverse. No, Psycho, we're not going to be talking, or Shiva, we're not going to talk about token price, but we are going to talk about portfolio, brand new feature that's about to light your life on fire. The airdrop checker is either nearly here or actually here. We'll find out very soon. We have fan favorite Guam back in the building to walk us through it. Then a very special update. We've been working on this one for many months. The mobile V2 arc is finally at last complete. We have, and there's no other way to describe him, the sex symbol himself, AyAaron, is here. Maybe he'll launch a token. Maybe he'll tell us about mobile. We'll find out soon enough. And there, we're going to have, after that, we're going to do a partner spotlight on a team that has honestly been lighting things up. Maple Finance, been crushing. I had these guys on the ecosystem call, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago or something like that. But recently with Syrup USDC, it's been up and to the right. Only #1 asset by demand outside of some of the regular suspects on Jupiter Lend. Thrilled to have Martin here to walk us through. Maybe you've seen everyone talking about it. You don't know exactly what it is. This is part of that idea I talked about a few weeks ago. We want to bring more alpha into this call, right? Help build your understanding, educate you, let you leave not just more energized about Jupiter, but a little bit smarter about DeFi as a whole every time. And then we're going to go into Cadets Corner with a long-time community member, Mr. bettercallsol himself. That is what we've got. We got a lot of stuff happening. Let's get right into it with This Week in the Jupiverse. Sorry, Yoda. I know that you made the sound every single time I fucking forget to include it. I will include it next time. I promise. All right. Jupiter Lend, story of the week. Fastest growing protocol, I think, in Solana history. I don't think anyone else has ever done $942 million in a week. This slide is outdated, by the way. We're at 952, and there is a slim chance that we hit $1 billion while we're live on this call. So if you have $49 million, my only ask to you is please go to Jupiter Lend and deposit it. You'll get some juicy rates, and it'll be very, very fun. In general, though, this first week has just blown everybody's minds, quite honestly. Massive amount of market size, and critically growing the pie here. $100 million of stables bridged to Solana to take advantage of the opportunity. Big shout out to the Fluid Gang for helping make that happen. And we're seeing a bunch of new people actually starting to lend. The other lending markets, their TVL did not take a $1 billion drop. This is not PvP. This is not chopping up the existing pie. This is bringing new people into DeFi and helping them discover the delicious yields that earn on chain. I will tell you right now, as a little bit of alpha, the USDC supply rate is going to go up. I can guarantee you that because we're about to release something else that me and Martin will talk about, which will create more USDC demand. So if for whatever reason you were waiting to get off the sidelines, now is a great time to come. You can have some very nice lends coming in. W in the chat for Jupiter Lend and for everybody. Thank you, Corinthians, for putting that in, for making this happen. If we have some questions later on, maybe we can answer those as well. We'll get into that. This also does put Jupiter back at #1 by TVL across the entire Solana ecosystem. Listen, all these are just numbers. If you've seen me on Twitter, you know my little background images. All palaces are temporary palaces. We're at number one today. Maybe we will be tomorrow. Maybe we won't be. Doesn't really matter. The key thing that we're seeing here is that Jupiter is generating a lot of attention, a lot of demand, and is building products that people really love to use. So this TVL is a combination of JLP and Jupesol and Jupiter Lend, all put together. Biggest in the game is all I can really say here. That is pretty good to see. The W's are flowing in, and I'm sure they're all going to get highlighted very quickly in the chat. Let's see if we did that. Another very fun one. This is one that people have been asking about, so we're going to keep giving you updates. Folks, 6 weeks ago, there was no Jupe being burned, right? We burned it at Cat's Temple, burned 3 billion, but now there's an ongoing source of, dare I say, token utility, something that you need to use the token for within the Jupiter ecosystem, and that is the verification express lane. Nearly 200,000 Jupe have already been burnt from the express lane fees, and nearly 4,000 tokens have been verified. This is massive, folks. And this number is just going to keep on going up and up and up. As more people create their tokens and have Jupiter verify as part of the process, it's only going to happen more and more. This is an ongoing, small, but an ongoing little deflationary effect on the Jupe token, which is great to see for many people out there. Shout out to Scarlett, Morton, Prince, myself, and everybody else that's helping out on it as well. May, YJ, and many others as well. But this is one that we do love to see. Anything that goes on with Jupe, people are going to like. Minted says, don't put out the MF and fire, let the fire burn. That is right. We're going to let that fire continue to burn. Speaking of other, I guess it's just a week of big numbers here. JLP has officially crossed $2 billion in market cap. For anyone who does not know, I don't give financial advice, but JLP, if I had to give financial advice, would be one of my favorite tokens to recommend. Not because I know it's going to go up or down. That's not why. But rather because it serves as this kind of index of the three majors, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. And it also causes me to sneeze. Or maybe it doesn't. Okay, well, that's great. Be prepared for a lot more of those this call. JLP, though, the best part about it, it earns 75% of all trading fees generated by Jupiter Perps, which is right now the #1 Perps platform on Solana. So I think last time I saw it's like 30% yield on top of this kind of diversified price exposure. It is great. Crossing $2 billion in market cap really makes it obvious that this is something that the entire ecosystem loves. And this is a great... but false alarm on the sneeze, essentially. Is that wrong? Shout out to Martin V. Morales, who's the one who single-handedly deposited $1 billion and got it up over 2. Thank you. That's a joke. Please do not target him for kidnapping. All right. In terms of other big numbers, Jupiter portfolio crossed 2.5 million. Love to see the anti-spreadsheet army growing every day. And it's about to get even higher. I can promise you that, because Guam's got a killer product release that he's going to talk about in just a little bit. And speaking of portfolio, also now supporting the .skr, the Seeker domains. Solana Seeker, the mobile phone on Solana, I'm sure you've heard about it. 150,000 orders already in the door. My phone has not come, so me and Toli have beef right now. But for many people, their phones have come, and every phone comes with a .skr domain powered by the homies at All Domains. Now you can use that within Portfolio as well to see what your Seeker holdings are. I'm going to tell you right now, the other thing that Portfolio is doing is going to directly feed into this. I feel like I'm continuously sprinkling some new stuff on there, which is great. On the Lend side, Lulo has integrated Jupiter Lend along with a bunch of others, which is awesome to see. Shout out to the homies at Lulo. USDG is making a big splash on Jupiter Lend. They've been fantastic partners to work with, quite honestly. Really been a pleasure to get to know those guys. USDG users can get juicy rewards, $400,000 in incentives. That's a lot of thousands. Let me tell you right now. When I checked it before this call, I think USDG was at about 11.5% as a stable coin that Paxos, Robinhood, and many others are working on. Fairly reputable. So if you haven't already taken a look into it, might be a nice place to look. It's about 300 bips higher than USDC at the moment. And then last thing on Jupiter Lend, a yield-bearing stablecoin has arrived on Solana called Lombard BTC, which is a liquid staked version of BTC, interestingly enough. I think what we'll do is probably have these Lombard folks on the call in the next few weeks so that people can learn more about how it works. But I just wanted to flag, if you hold Bitcoin on Solana, and you really should, why wouldn't you? It's much better. You can use it for DeFi and sell it and buy it and do all sorts of other great things. Now it has a natural roughly 1% yield that you can take advantage of, which is the first of its kind, if I'm not mistaken, which is pretty great. The actual last thing on Lend. Sorry. Shout out to Alley Cat and to the Jupe and Juice boys and everybody, Jupe and Juice boys and girls, excuse me, Monique, and everybody else. Thursday, 3:30 p.m. UTC, another Lend Q&A. So if you have questions, if you have ideas, if you have feedback in particular, thank you so much, by the way, to everyone using feedback.jupe.ag. Just been absolutely smashing it. It's been good to see Bullish Cough. I'm trying not to die, Cat. Thank you. I'm really, I pounded a bunch of coffee before this call, as well as a bunch of meds. So hopefully I can make it through the next hour. But yes, Lend Q&A spaces. Please do go check that out. That's going to be awesome. Also, just how good are the graphics over at Jupe and Juice? Can we just drop a little W in the chat for Wake Sax, Monique, and everybody else just dropping the greatest graphics around? Love to see this. Actually, as we say that, let me quickly pull this up. Are we at a billion? No, 951 million. Still need 49 million to go. I was hoping it would happen on the stream. We'll see. One other thing that I really wanted to point out, because this is a big, big deal. It's very early stages right now. But you already know that Jupiter, of course, we care about our users. Of course, we care about our community. But we also care about growing Solana as a whole. Because Solana, let's be honest, is still fucking tiny right now, right? It's like relative to the world of TradFi, where we actually need to compete and overcome there, or at least merge with in some fashion, we're still very small. And so we need to do a lot of stuff. And, you know, I think we at Jupiter feel like it is our duty as the largest DeFi protocol on the network to help push the network forward. You see this happen all over the place when we use Firedancer and the Jupe Validator and so on. But now, big shout out to my homie Italo, just instantly making a giant impact at Jupiter, by the way. He's only been here for a few weeks. Launching the first stages of the Neutral RPC Foundation. What is so cool about this? RPCs, for anyone who builds on Solana knows, are, you know, maybe the most critical and also at times the most difficult piece of infrastructure that you need to actually, you know, land transactions and everything else. So we're joining forces with two of the biggest in the game, Triton, my guy Brian, Helios, my boy Mert, and a few others, including the Solana Foundation, to build a neutral RPC foundation. The goal here is to have this kind of research wing that can push forward an open standard for RPCs and do advanced research on RPCs that makes it better for everybody across the board. This is pretty incredible stuff. This is purely just trying to give back and make all of Solana better. So never doubt. Oh, it's Italo. We'll have Italo, excuse me. We'll have Italo on the call maybe next time to talk a little bit more about this. Gito as well. Again, shout out to Gito, Thomas Buffalo, and all the others. But this is the kind of thing that you're going to love to see, because it's going to make Solana better, which makes life better for everybody here. Classic Jupiter, grow the pie mentality over here. Drop a little W in the chat. Jupiter, we don't have to do this. We do this because we love the ecosystem and we want it to grow. Who else is doing stuff like this? Not too many others. I tell you that much. Not redacted. I won't actually say the names. I don't want to put anyone else down. But yeah, we're out here really trying to make things better. All right, that is it for the wins of the week. The W's are flowing, and we're going to get them all up on the screen very quickly. Yes, there we go. No more RPC wars, indeed. All right, that is it for the last 2 weeks. Now I want to show you guys something that has been very much close to my heart. Guam can check his DMs. He knows I've been asking about it for weeks. It is, in fact, the airdrop checker. Please drop a little JM in the chat for my guy, Genisus, a.k.a. The Guam. What's up, buddy boy?
Good morning, good morning. How are you, Kash? You doing fine, holding the house?
Fine. It turns out you can't just take stimulants and overcome a cold. So I think tomorrow I'm actually going to take off and try to recuperate. Who would have guessed? My doctor, his name is Dr. Meow, maybe misled me a little bit on that one. In any case, you've been cooking. You guys have been doing great stuff. Tell the people about Airdrop Checker.
Yeah, so first I maybe need to show a little bit of apology, because we've been like teasing a little bit this one for a few weeks. As you may know, there is some bumps on the road sometimes when you're trying to release something new, and we try to do it right and the best way possible. So we took a little bit of more time to release this one. But yeah, so Airdrop Checker is live. It will go live, I think, in a few minutes on Jupiter. So just wait a little bit before you see popping up on the portfolio page. So the goal here is to try to tell you exactly how much you've earned on Solana, but as well as how much you could have been missing and how much you might be able to claim. So as you may know, we already show airdrop inside the portfolio page, but now you will have like a full dedicated page to tell you which are the upcoming airdrops. So at least you may know or discover some new airdrops that are coming in, and also some maybe new small protocol that are doing airdrops. And also, it's a good way to flex how much money Solana gave you over the past years, because we covered a lot of like all the OG airdrops and past airdrops like Bonks, Jito, Sanctum, and a lot of big one, Chup as well, obviously.
Yeah, I was about to say you're missing
Yeah,
one
yeah,
big
yeah.
one there. Yeah.
Obviously, we're not missing the Jup airdrops. So it's really cool because you have this little graphic and stuff. Maybe I can show a quick.
Please, yeah, please,
Yeah,
please.
let
Share your
me
screen.
show
Let's
my
take a look.
screen. This one.
Oh,
Yeah, and also something brand new, which some people might be happy to see. We are gating that with the Jup staking. So we try to give a little bit more utility to the token, aside from other things that already exist. So the goal here is, if you have some Jup stake, you will be able to scan more wallet than if you don't have any. So the way to do this is you connect your wallet. I will go here. And as you can see here, it says like I have 100 Jup stake or a little bit more. So I'm able to scan up to 10 wallets at the same time, which is pretty nice. And you can go up to 30 wallets at the same time if you have 300 Jup staked. So then I just select maybe my own address. So I'll show you how much I've earned personally on Solana.
Let's see,
And then we
actually.
scan. We go through any, like, I think we may be covering like 20 or 25 airdrops in total. So it's taking a little bit of time also because my internet is a bit slow where I am. But yeah, we're trying to scan every single one to check also the claims, like on-chain claims of how much you've claimed directly into your own wallets. And then we display that with a nice little UI, as you can see now.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
this is all the airdrops that I've claimed. I have a little graph here saying how much I've claimed with the value of it at the moment I've claimed. So it's showing like all historical airdrops I've claimed. You can see here a little bit of details on all the airdrops. I'm filtering on only eligible because that's what I want to see, but I can uncheck this and see all the airdrop that was done on Solana and that we track. And then I could go here on the history and I will directly see exactly how much I've claimed, and I can go check the transaction as well if I want. And then if you want to flex those numbers on Twitter, which obviously you want to do, you just click on share, and now you have a small image that you can download and copy, goes to Twitter, send it, and just flex the numbers. That's it.
So good. This just looks, first of all, it's the beautiful design that we're used to seeing out of the portfolio team. So shout out to you and the gang on that one. It's so cool. I think the chat is absolutely loving it. People are also a little envious of your $12,000 here. So if you have, I think I saw on the first screen, if you have 100 Jup, you can check up to 10 wallets at the same time. So if you have no stake Jup, then you can only check for that wallet at one time.
Yes,
Is that how it
you
works?
can check only one wallet at a time because we still want you to try the feature and see if it's valuable for you and stuff. What's nice is just you verify your wallet, but you don't need to verify each time. We give you some like little time to like remember that you already verified this wallet because we don't want to create too much friction on the UX and stuff. So we try to remember for a few days if you already checked this wallet. This way, we know you already verified it, and you don't need to verify it again. So yeah, small gestures for like experience, which try to be a little bit better because we know like verifying stuff can be a small friction for some people. So this way, it's easier.
I dig it very much. And I mean, people have been asking us for quote unquote utility for the token for quite some time now. What can you do? What does this actually enable me to do within the Jupiter ecosystem? And we've been saying for a while, we got some things cooking. Give us some time. This is the first step. There's gonna be some other things that are coming, but Guam, as usual, portfolio leading the way and crushing it over here, making sure that people can still use the tool and get value out of it because we don't want to keep people out. But for power users who are likely to be Jup stakers, and if you're not, stake 100 Jup, and then you can check down wallets at a time. Makes total sense here. Are there? And then you mentioned upcoming airdrops as well.
Yes. So, for example, there is the Yuma ones, which are currently being worked on, which I think there is already a claim, a check website or something like this. So obviously, we'll try to stay updated with all the new airdrop coming in. For example, maybe the Meteor round that will come in the next months and stuff. I don't know.
I
Who
don't know.
says?
I don't know. I got nothing to say about that.
I didn't say anything.
I think Stakers might be excited about it. If you get stakes from Jupe, you might be excited. I don't know though. That's just
I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're trying to like stay updated and stay like watch over any new airdrop. Also, if you have heard about some small airdrop that you know exist, and we can maybe help and work on it to be included inside the airdrop checker. We try to cover as much as possible, as always for any portfolio project, obviously. But as always, let us know if there is something missing on the airdrop checker, and we'll add it definitely if we can. Also, small side update. We're also trying, so with the airdrop checker release, we're also trying to work a little bit more with the mobile team to integrate as well airdrop inside Radar, because this one could be a real banger for you guys. So the way we want to work with that is anytime we add a new support for upcoming airdrops, we'll also try to work with the mobile team so that you will receive a notification directly from your Jupiter mobile app, which is even easier. Like it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's like even if you don't want to use it as a wallet, you should just download Jupiter Mobile so you get notifications on stuff. It's just like it's the only way that you're going to learn about these kinds of things. That's massive value, potential financial value coming too. Just use Jupiter. It's always that simple, buddy. Can we take one more look at the UI? I think I just heard that it is live, according to the chat. Just want to see if there's any other bells and whistles that we might have missed. Can you try it? Let's go to the. So you can add in additional things right there.
Presumably, so if you want, you can add new ones and stuff. You can also use your groups from your wallet manager and any saved wallets. I can also type any new like wallet like this or something like that to add those.
I don't own Cash.sol, people. Do not look at that.
That's why I didn't go to
it. Somebody else bought that a little while ago and then was buying meme coins. And then I got DMs being like, Cash, are you buying these meme coins?
so many cases.
This is an absolute killer. I think this is going to absolutely crush it. As AG says, Guam did it again. That's a fact. People are asking if it works on mobile, presumably through the DApp browser. This would work, but not
through the DApp. Yeah, correct. So not yet on the Jupiverse wallet, but as I was saying, we'll try to include that into Radar for any upcoming airdrops. But yeah, for like historical and past airdrops, you need to go check the website directly. But it's like mobile friendly stuff, so it's easy to use on mobile as well.
Yeah, I did an interview earlier today, and they asked me like, "Is there anything that people should know about Jupiter?" And I was like, "Yeah, you're a fucking idiot if you don't know about Portfolio." And the host was like, "Oh, I didn't know about Portfolio." I was like, "Well, sorry."
Cash is being aggressive with people now, just because they don't know Portfolio.
I got nothing but disrespect and disdain for anyone that doesn't use Portfolio. Let it be known, if you come up to me at Korea Blockchain Week or Token or Breakpoint, I'm going to ask you to show me your Jupiter portfolio. Well, actually, maybe I can't do that. That might be doxing too much. I'm just going to ask you and look you right in the eye and ask you if you use Jupiter portfolio. And if I can sense that you're lying, judo chop right to the neck. Yeah, I'll send Guam the
I will go to your ass to make you use Jupiter portfolio. That's for sure.
Portfolio is too good. It keeps on getting better. Live right now. If you have not already used it, this is obviously the time to do it. And do us a favor, tell the world as well. This is more people using it is better. More people staking Jupe is obviously better for everybody. And I think this is actually good for discovery of new protocols as well. It's another thing that I think we want to do at Jupiter more, help lift up some of the smaller guys who maybe don't have the distribution that we have. And here's Guam doing the Lord's work. Brother, anything else to say? A few comments in the chat about how handsome you're looking these days. Did you do something different?
Maybe too much sun.
Just the right amount of sun, it sounds like. Anything else to say about portfolio or your skincare?
I will only be flexing my own secret. As you may know, you didn't receive yours. So
that's so lame. That's so lame. I'm so goddamn jealous. Anyway, well, hey, brother, this was a great one as always. You came with the fire. Anytime you see Guam on the Planetary call, you know it's going to be fire. So just make sure you never miss one of those. Brother, we'll catch you very soon. Thanks so much.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Peace, man. Peace, peace, peace. All right, from one fan favorite to the next. Next up, we have the man whose girlfriend apparently should be watching out because Kat is talking a lot about all the other handsome products and people on the stage here. Please drop a little jam in the chat for my guy, AyAaron. What's up, buddy?
Yo, I was just reading the comments and You guys are insane today.
This is the benefit of waiting 2 weeks, I guess, is that they build up all the energy in the Jupiter community and then come and release it. We're only at 4,200 people in here, and yet they are having some fun. AyAaron, you're sitting in the dark, I assume for good reason. Why are you sitting in the dark, buddy?
Yeah, man. I'm just in office actually. So it's about 12.
Electricity bill, the only man, the hardest working man in the Jupiter office, very clearly. Everyone else is asleep. All right, but Jupiter Mobile, you know it, you love it. You're about to love it even more. AyAaron, tell the people about Jupiter Mobile V2.
Right. So we've embarked on V2 about, I'd say 5.5 months ago. And we've shipped a ton, right, of features from swaps, from trigger and recurring to radar. And the use case just keeps getting bigger for radar. Our portfolio V2, which includes, positions and your LP positions, holdings, and of course, we've got, the ledger integration. And, we've continued to ship on mobile. And we have come to a point where, the app is, I would say, we're in a very good place, right? In terms of capabilities, functions, and just all-out usage on Solana. So from just being a wallet built for trading, if you guys were OGs, you guys would have remembered that we shipped the wallet with just 2 features, right? Which is your holdings and a swap function, right? Today, if you go into Jupiter Mobile, if you've not used the app since then, if you go into the app now, you will love it. There are many or countless amounts of improvements, and those are actually, a lot of those are contributed by the community, right? And we've been listening to the feedback, we've been improving on not just performance, but UX, right? So we are in a constant state of improvements, but we've come to a point where we can call this, an app that's built really for DeFi. A place like I said here, right? To trade, to track, discover, and act, right? Just do stuff with Jupiter Mobile. Yeah. So what's inside V2, right? I've just covered briefly, but all these features encompassed what the DeFi strategy is for Jupiter Mobile, right? With all these capabilities, you are still getting trading, the top class trading experience at a fraction of a price compared to all other wallets or money platforms, right? And it's insane.
Like a very small fraction as well. This is not like 1/2 the fees, which is already a gigantic improvement. It's how much cheaper is it?
We are at least 8x to our competitors right now, and you get 10x faster trades. So I'm always baffled whenever I talk to somebody about trading, and you go through another wallet to go to jup.ag to swap. When it's fully native, you get it so quick in Jupiter Mobile. So we want to give you this smooth experience, right? Where you don't even need to think before you swap, right? Before you know it, the swap goes through, and all the supercharged features that you see on jup.ag is going to be in Jupiter Mobile. So V2 is just a start, right? We've included the pro experience portfolio, like you've seen, trigger and recurring natively, and of course ultra swaps, right? But not to forget our favorite feature in Jupiter Mobile, Jupiter Send, right? And it is a feature that's been giving, even till today, in a way that everybody's who's coming on board Solana, you just get to enjoy the feature straight up of the app, right? A lot of people that I know have onboarded, what was through Jupiter Send. Now, previously called Universal Send, right? It's now actually live on jup.ag, right? So you can use any wallets that you want to use and just send your friends some tokens via a link. But I think, with so much that we've shipped, we have to go back to the purpose, right? And what the features actually means to you. We've been building because of the feedback, and we would just want to empower our users, right? So number one, we've been making sure that the UX has been in a constant state of improvement, speed and optimizations, just constantly improving. So we are going to release another version on App Store. I don't think there's any like app in the game right now who's releasing a version every week, right? With something new, whether be it upgrades or any improvements put to us by the community, right? Our swaps powered by Ultra are obviously 10x faster, right? And you get the smartest tools all natively, right? With portfolio and radar just coming to you all at once, right? Yeah. So I guess like the next point is here, right? Because we have basically shipped all these supercharged features. So we are listening to the community. We are taking in the feedback, and the most common thing on on X right now is actually NFTs, right? It's the hottest topic, right? So yes, NFTs are in the pipeline. So if you guys are JPEG lovers, we are gonna have this natively integrated into Jupyter Mobile. And like I said, we do want to make this the super app, the DeFi super app natively on mobile. So that includes bringing everything you see on Jup.ag into Jupyter Mobile. That includes perps, and that includes a lot more improvements on portfolio. So I've been watching the portfolio team. I mean, it's a goated team in Jupyter, right? They're shipping like crazy. It's so insane to see, right? The speed. And we are gonna be pushing to have a lot of features that you see there, right? And something new. I've not mentioned this here, that we've just shipped.
Oh wow! Look at this. The other wallet providers have muted AyAaron at the exact time that he was about to drop the. Okay, he's back now. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
You've just shipped what?
Jupyter Land, right?
There it is.
Goated product, right? We are in the works, right, to make some sort of UX upgrade for everybody who's enjoying Jupyter Land right now through Jupyter Mobile. So I'm
You talking native in the app, or are you talking about a little browser tab that I can now go to Lend?
Nah, that. It's gonna be fully native, right? So we will be improving the app constantly, right? So V2 is this really nice foundation for us to build on, right? So we are gonna be shipping something really exciting for iOS users. I'm so sorry to Android users. I know how the relationship is. I love you guys equally as much. But browser tabs are coming live on iOS in the next day or two. And it's going to give you all the tools you need to come over to Jupyter Mobile if you love using tabs, right? And of course, that being said, with all these improvements, there is a new arc that we are going to be starting, right? We're going to call this the Trencher arc, right? So trading experience on Jupyter Mobile right now is already slick, right, and really easy to use. But we want to make it even better for you to go into the trenches, find the next gem, just having fun in the trenches and discovering new tokens, right? And the beauty of building it on Jupyter Mobile is that it's fully native, right? So you don't have to deal with all those lag times and funny animations, because the everything is going to be just right in a new tab. So filters are going to be in mobile. We're going to be pushing some exciting trench features. I'm not going to review those, right?
I'll reveal it. He's just going to put a giant cat emoji for the catty catty token. That's his plan. That's his big plan.
We should share that. I'm going to put Studio into Jupyter Mobile. I'm going to put it natively there. Jesus Christ. But, I mean, that just speaks a lot about the UX for Jupyter Mobile. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, being so user-friendly, it's dangerous for me. Like, handing my phone to anyone at this point, I've changed my password. Like,
Smart.
I'm not sure if she knows my password right now. So I'm keeping it safe. I'm keeping it safe.
But the Trencher arc gonna be killer. I mean, Jupiter Mobile V2. I'll be honest. We didn't. It's gonna sound a little bit harsh. I don't mean it to be AyAaron. Take this I intend this as a compliment. 8 months ago, we didn't talk about Jupiter Mobile too much in public, right? Simple product. It was still kind of getting better. And if anyone has paid attention over the last few weeks and really the last kind of 2 months in particular, it just feels like the team has been taking steroids or something, because the product has now gotten so good that I can say without any conflict of interest or any bias that it is my favorite wallet to use, like by far. It's faster, it's easier, the fee saved is great, and it just works like every single time, which is amazing. I think this product is really high quality, and anyone who has not tried it out really should try it out. As a reminder, for people who don't know, you can have the same seed phrase in multiple wallets. It doesn't necessarily need to be either or. If you export your key from Phantom or from Soulflare or from any other provider, you can add it into Jupiter as well and just get a sense of the experience. Take them both for a test drive. You don't have to just pick one or the other. So if you do that, I can promise you, you're not going to switch back though, because it is damn good to use. Do you have a favorite part of Jupiter Mobile?
Right now?
Yeah. What is your favorite feature? That's live for people, not the upcoming ones that you and I know about.
Not live. I have a few now. But for the current feature sets, I would say I can't go back to any other wallets after using Portfolio. Like, I'm not kidding. Like there's no way that I don't see my true net worth on my wallet, right? On first glance. And the Portfolio team is powering that particular feature, so it's goated, right? They are behind the magic, so you get to see everything there. I don't think back in the day, I'm talking about 2021, right? Way back, we were using like portfolio trackers just to look at positions, right, on chain, right, in vaults and whatever. But now, being like, it's DJ Sims is right. It is a game changer, right? And I think it's a new norm, right, to expect that you have your real net worth in there and you can manage your earn, right, your earn or your Jupiter land, your positions there, even perps, right? So we've integrated everything in there with the portfolio team, and now we are going to be pushing a lot on Radar to give you the same experience for all the Jupiter products. So perps, for example, you're going to get like enhanced notifications in Jupiter Mobile. So
there's always been this
that's in the works, and we're super excited to be shipping even more. So this new arc is gonna be dangerous. Like I'm telling you, like Jupiter Mobile,
it's gonna melt some.
And if you haven't tried, just give it a go. Like, download the app, import maybe a smallest wallet, try it. I'll bet you get addicted. So if you don't like it, DM me. I would love to hear why, and I want to improve, like, and get you on board.
He will respond to all of those. I will say my own favorite feature. People know I'm a bit of a dummy. Sometimes things are not obvious to me that should be very obvious.
I think.
Am I me? Am I gone? Can people hear me? Oh my goodness. Classic. Other folks trying to keep me down.
Is it my audio?
Maybe
now?
it's Aaron. Yeah. Guam, can you hear me? Can you give a little thumbs up? I can see you backstage.
Oh yeah, it is my audio.
Okay, good. Yeah. Aaron,
Jesus
look at these people trying to sabotage me on my own call. I was gonna say, I just used it the other day. If you receive money from other folks or like funds on chain, sometimes you don't want them to know your sorry, my sick brain is not working. You don't want them to know your wallet address necessarily. And so I needed to get sent something. And normally, 6 months ago, if they sent, some random tokens to that wallet, I then have to send some gas in. I have to go send like 0.01 Sol or something so that I can then take that and transfer it out. You have to remember, gasless support on anything over $10 in Jupiter Mobile. So now every time I need to receive it, whether it's an angel investment token or just money from a friend on a bet or whatever else it might be, I actually just spin up a new wallet within Jupiter Mobile, claim it, whatever the token comes in, I know I can sell it over to Sol or USDC, and then I can send it back to one of my main wallets. So now I use it for like kind of burner management way more effectively than anything else, which I think is also great. Jupiter Mobile, I mean, just the use cases keep coming. I'll tell you that. There's just more and more things that you can do over here as well. Ignacio says, I open my app every 30 minutes. I'm addicted. That is true. Kat said, can you make some noise at her for me. Thank you. Maybe. Oh, wow. How convenient. Aaron's audio is broken right when this request comes in. Very convenient, I will say. Juba's good. He eats a lot of that. I don't know about. We'll see. Anyway, are you back on, AyAaron? Can you hear me? We cannot. Well, in any case, you heard it here first. NFTs are coming in this V3 arc itself. Back?
I'm reading the comments.
Yeah, okay.
I'm reading the comments. I think my audio is lagging right now. Yeah.
It is. So what we're gonna do is play you off the stage. I'll wrap it up for you over here, buddy. Coming soon. Browser tabs are live on iOS very shortly. Jupiter Lend, the Earn Vault's coming directly in there, native, so you can get yield, one click, super simple. NFTs coming, perps coming, okay? Much better radar things coming, and then in addition to all of that, the Trencher arc is going to begin very soon. If you haven't already, give Jupe Mobile a try. I promise you, you will not regret it. All right, it is live, Apple Store, and on the Seeker, by the way. If you have a Seeker, please use it over there too. It's great. Okay, with all that said, we're now going to bring on, gosh, you took that holy water. We're going to bring on a special partner, right? And again, the point of this section here is, of course, to talk about how good they are. None of this is financial advice. Make sure you do your own research before you check any of these things out. But we want to leave people with a little bit of alpha, a little bit of education on what's kind of going on across the DeFi ecosystem, and who better than Maple Finance, who have been critical partners on Jupiter Lend. So first time ever on the Planetary call, please do me a little favor. Drop a JM in the chat for Martin, the head of growth over at Maple Finance. Martin, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, doing great. Really, really excited. Love the energy on the call. Seeing everybody in the comments raving about all your products. It's exciting to see.
Yeah, I mean, you should see it on a normal time. I usually have, this is like NyQuil energy. I normally have like cocaine energy. So come back again next time and you'll see how intense things really get. Thankfully, the chat's got my back, as always. All right, maybe to start off, I think most people, well, actually, I shouldn't assume. You know what they say, Martin? When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. Why don't you tell the people what Maple Finance is, in case they're not familiar?
Yes, yeah. So Maple is the largest on-chain asset manager in crypto. So we manage assets on behalf of clients, generate yields on stablecoins, Bitcoin, and other assets. And we're on Ethereum and Solana. And our flagship product, as you alluded to, is Syrup USDC. So it's a bit of a race to $1 billion in supply. So I see you guys are at 952. We are at 995. So
wow, you might hit it on this call then, huh?
We might hit it on the call, actually, with the Jupiter cap opening up. So it's I'm sure we'll get there both at the same time.
Yeah, that'd be good to see. The largest asset manager on chain. How big is the total TVL or AUM? I don't even know what phrase to use.
Yeah. So indeed, we use AUM, and it's over 3 billion. So it's like 3.3, 3.4, 3.5 billion in that range. So we're rapidly scaling. Started the year at like 400 million. So almost 10x growth already. The goal is to be at 5 at the end of the year, and further scale is from there.
Incredible. So indeed, you guys have had a long kind of history, ups and downs throughout. I remember through the bear market, I was talking to your founders back then about kind of making it through. Syrup USDC, though, has recently been taken over. So for people who don't know what Syrup USDC is it a stablecoin? Is it not? How would you describe what Syrup USDC actually is?
Yeah, so it's a yield-bearing dollar asset. So it accrues over time against the dollar, specifically against USDC, so Syrup USDC. And it's backed by over-collateralized lending to institutions. So basically what happens if you deposit into Syrup USDC, you receive Syrup USDC in your wallet, and you can, take it to Jupiter, for example, and borrow against it and do other interesting things with it. And then what we do when the USDC comes in is we issue it out as loans to large institutions in crypto. And in return, we take collateral. So all the loans are fully over-collateralized. And the majority of our collateral is native Bitcoin. So it's a very secure and safe strategy.
Excuse me, sorry.
Bless you.
When you say you loan it out to institutions, I think that some folks might not know what that means. We kind of hear about these like shadowy big guys with all the money. What kind of institutions are you actually loaning it out to?
For sure, yeah. So think about the large, crypto companies. So the top exchanges, the top trading firms, the top miners, the large prime brokers, folks like that, those are, the ones that, they have two ways to grow their business, right? One is to take out loans and use that to, invest in their business or in their trading strategies and grow that way, or they can, sell equity, right? So, and typically they do a mix of both. And we are one of the largest provider of loans in the space. And a lot of those institutions have large Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana stacks, and they use that as collateral to get access to the loans. So we always receive more collateral than the loan value in our possession. And, obviously, if prices were to drop, we'll do margin calls, and we'll also, we can also do liquidations, always to protect the loans, right? So in that sense, it's similar as a lending protocol in that sense. It's just that we wrap it up in Syrup USDC, an asset that is then composable all throughout DeFi, right? So that's why we consider ourselves an asset manager versus a lending protocol. And that's the power of it, is that, for example, on Jupiter, right, people can use Syrup USDC. The native yield is, 7-8%. But then I'm just looking at the UI, you can get up to 25% APY, right? If you multiply it.
I think
so
that's
the cool thing. Go answer.
I said I think it was up to 35 for a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. Let's not.
Yes, it was up to 35, and then now people are just taking the supply, so it's literally eaten in front of our eyes. Because we just opened the cap, or you guys opened the cap with another 10 million. Every time you open it up, it just gets eaten up in like an hour or two. So it's really exciting to see and see all this growth that we're having together.
So Syrup USDC presumably started at $1. Right now it's at $1.12. And again, all the interest that's kind of being paid out, as you say, 6, 7, whatever percent, goes directly into the price itself. So you don't have to go and claim or do anything else. If I'm not mistaken, minting and redeeming is KYC, but if anyone just buys it on jupe.ag, for example, it'll automatically accrue that yield in their wallet. Is that right?
Now, so minting and redeeming is also permissionless. So you can also do it on the Maple app. Yes.
Gotcha. Oh, maybe I might be out of date. Last time I checked it out. But yeah, okay, that's great to hear. So anybody can go and mint and redeem it as well, which I guess can help our out any price differences that come too. And so I think we've seen a bunch of people who want it, but certainly this multiply use case has been pretty huge. For people who aren't familiar with how multiply works, can you explain what this loop is and why it's powerful, not just on Jupiter Lend, but really across DeFi? This has been a major story.
Definitely. Yeah. So this is one of the biggest use cases of DeFi is really that multiply. And the way to think about it is, Syrup USDC, we issue out loans to these institutions, and those loans have some terms. So they're typically, 14-day loans or 30-day loans. So they're a higher rate than money markets, right? And that's why the yield is always consistently higher than money markets. And that makes this so interesting. So the practical example. So right now the yield is about 7%. And the borrow rate is 4.3%. So what you can do is you can earn that 7% on Syrup USDC, right? Post it on Jupiter, borrow USDC at 4.3%, and then you reinvest that USDC into Syrup USDC at 7%. And with that, you take the spread, right? So that's about a 2.6% spread right now that you take. And then you can do that, the max to do that is 7.91 times, right? Of course, every time you do that, the amount you borrow goes down slightly because of the LTV. You can only borrow about 88% of the value. But long story short, if you do that, with max multiplier, you earn about 25% right now. And that's a very strong use case that is very scalable. And it's also very sustainable because of the yield of Syrup USDC being higher than lending markets, right? So it's a way for users to essentially get to the yield target that they want. Right. So if a user is like, hey, I want 15%, okay, you can just slide it to your 15% target, and you can earn 15%. If you want higher yield, you can slide it all the way up to 25%. So you can really choose the yield that you want and just slide it up to there. Of course, the higher you slide it, the more leverage you take.
So love that. Nice, clean. We're going to clip that, and we're going to use that explanation of multiply ourselves, Martin. So thank you for that. One of the things that I think a lot of folks who are kind of new to the multiply game want to learn more about is the risks involved, right? So within Jupiter Lend, you can see that, hey, if you choose, let's say 6.2, you'll get 20%. And if the price drops to $1.05, then you might be partially liquidate. Remember, on Lend, you get very small liquidations with very small liquidation penalties. What is the right way for people to think about the Syrup USDC loop? Obviously, I see USDC is in the name of both of them. Does that mean it's pretty low? How do you think about it?
Yes, that's a great question. So the way to think about it is, there's sort of two risks. Like one is on the Oracle side, right? And the great thing here is that it is backed directly to the on-chain price. So whatever the on-chain Serb USDC price is that it's accruing at. So right now, to your point, is 1.12, and that goes up over time, right? So basically, over time, you will take less and less leverage as like Serb USDC automatically accrues. And then it is underpinned by that over-collateralized lending strategy. So as long as Maple always makes sure that when prices drop heavily, that we liquidate collateral on time, then of course, there's always enough capital to back Serb USDC. Now, in terms of our track record, so we've launched a strategy, 2.5 years ago, and we've had 0 losses to date. We have had 1 liquidation event. And we have had over 100 margin calls. So the way that this works is more institutional. So you can think about it. Let's say we have a $10 million loan and we have 15 million in Bitcoin collateral. Then if the Bitcoin value drops to 13 million, we will already send a margin call to the borrower and tell them they have to send us more Bitcoin. And this is an official legal thing. So they are required to do that within 24 hours. Otherwise, we have the full right to already liquidate collateral no matter what the price is. So even if it then goes back up or goes back down slightly, we can still liquidate it.
So you have the courts on your here as well.
Sorry?
So the courts, like you're saying the legal system is also kind
Yes.
of backstopping these contracts here. This is not handshake deals or anything.
Exactly. Now this is, full, they call them like master loan agreements. And then you sign loan confirmations. So for every loan you dock it up in a legal doc, which is all enforced by court. And we have also gone through that. So it's all fully enforced. And then if, let's say that from 13 million, it would drop further, right? So it would drop to like 11.5 million. Then we would at the liquidation level and, we sell the Bitcoin, right? And the big thing is that we take native Bitcoin and native assets that are very, deeply liquid. And we have, all these institutional venues to liquidate it. So it's a very, safe strategy. It has performed extremely well. We have full documentation on this as well for people interested. But like that is the core thing, and the most important, right, is that we continue to accrue that yield, and we manage that over collateralized lending strategy, which has been going very well so far.
So love to hear that there has been no issues so far in the last few years, and obviously running up towards $1 billion in asset value. I do want to stay a little bit on that, just again to give people kind of comfort. Like the mechanism for which it would happen here is that like if the AUM suddenly drops very dramatically, and then people are able to arb out the price by redeeming Syrup USDC directly through Maple, and then pulling out more of the collateral or something like this. That's like the actual mechanical way that it would happen. Even if that is incredibly unlikely. Is that the case, or is it just like you could see a sell-off in the market, some whale decides to target it or something like that? Basically, what I'm trying to get at is it feels like the risk is actually very kind of low on these things, right? These are pegged assets to a pretty large degree. And so I want to just understand how far out in the black swan territory do we need to be before we'd be seeing some real risk here?
Definitely. Yeah, so to your point on that, so the price that you guys use to determine the value of Serb USD is tied to the on-chain value, right? So even if on the secondary markets, on the liquidity pools, on Solana, the value would drop to $1.10 because, to your point, a big whale would sell. Like that wouldn't mean anything for your position, right? So the value Jupiter would take is still 1.12 because it's tied to the on-chain price, right? So the only thing, to your point, what you can then do as a user is you buy it for 110, you come to Maple, you redeem it for 112, right? So it is actually a positive ARP opportunity. And there's also ARP bots that are running that at the moment. So there's like you would actually be surprised like how efficient the market is. And there's a lot of these like cross-chain ARP bots that run 24/7 and that basically keep the prices stable. But yeah, that's a great question.
Makes total sense. So folks, I mean, this is an asset that at least in theory really should only go up as long as nothing goes sideways behind the scenes. It just adds value constantly. So from that perspective, the liquidation is relatively difficult. I do know that there are a lot of your users in particular. Maple's community, by the way, fierce. Let me just give you some a shout out of that. You guys have done a hell of a job over there. I know a lot of them are kind of like max leveraging, but I'm seeing a lot of people do just like much higher leverage than you would do in other cases. And indeed, even within the Jupiter Lend UI, you can see that we've kind of marked that where typically 85% would be quite risky for 2 volatile assets. But given that these assets are pegged, that Syrup USDC kind of only goes up, and you guys have a very good track record, I don't think we actually call it. Even at 88%, where do we even start to call it risky? I don't even know. Pretty late as we. I guess even at 88, we call it pretty safe, which is true. Anyway, long story short, I think Syrup USDC is a great product for people to check out as they do their own financial research, of course. People should also check out Maple. You guys, like I say, have been in the game for a long time, doing great work for a long time. Like you mentioned, I think that we just increased the caps, if I'm not mistaken. So there should be, there's only 5 million left at the time. This went live like 5 minutes ago or something. And there's only 5 million left. Folks, if you want to use this loop more, here's what you need to do. Go over to the Earn tab and give us more USDC. We literally don't have enough USDC to satisfy the demand for the Syrup USDC loop. That's how much people want to use it right now. It's pretty magical stuff. There's the USDG loop that's on as well. Anyway, Martin, anything last that you'd like to say to the Jupiter community here? We got 6,300 people viewing it according to StreamYard. What should they know before you go?
Yes. Yeah. So, if you want to see the backing, it's all transparent, right? So you can go to the collateral page on app.maple.finance and, you can see all the backing of Syrup USDC. Then, I just want to say, like, I absolutely love the school and I love this community. Like, it's so vibrant, it's so active, it's so engaged. It's really, really exciting to see. And I think the traction has been phenomenal. Going to $1 billion so fast is really unparalleled in crypto. So I would encourage everybody, check out the loop. It's really one of the best opportunities in crypto, if not the best, for your stables right now. And I'm looking forward to, further scaling this with you all.
It's going to be a lot of fun. That loop is as soon as we have more USDC, it goes to Syrup USDC. So we're going to make that loop as juicy as we can, folks. You just need your USDC to do it. Martin, thanks so much for coming on. Appreciate it.
Perfect. Thanks for having me. Exciting.
Cheers, man. Cheers. All right. That was our first little alpha section. What do we think in the chat? Should we do more of those kinds of things? Did people learn something? Was that useful? I will say they have been great partners in general. So it's been great to see. W. Martin says the other Martin. Martins stay united together very clearly. So folks, some digging. All right, that's good to see. People wanted to learn and see some things. Well, we do have one last segment of this call always before I go and pass out. Oh, okay, cool. Now the chat is coming up. I think I might be on a delay. I got worried. I was like, oh, no one wants to see this, but a bunch of people do. Lovely. Anyway, I know something else a bunch of people want to see before I go to sleep. And that is Cadets Corner, my favorite part of this show. Please drop a little JM in the chat for our guy. You know him, you love him. Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul. How you doing?
What's up, Jupe fam? Damn, I'm excited.
It's good to have you here, my guy. For anyone who does not know who you are, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I usually have a tendency to go on a monologue, but I'll keep it short.
Okay.
I'm a mechanical engineer, but obviously BCS currently is not doing anything remotely close to that. So started selling t-shirts, did a bit of SEO for 5 or 6 years during college because I didn't understand anything related to mechanical engineering. 2017 was a turnaround year for me. I met a stranger on a forum, and December 31st, we decided to somehow open a content writing agency. My co-founder's name is Lipsa. She's written for brands like Phantom, Ledger, and a few more. And fast forward 2021, I minted an NFT on Ethereum, got burnt with the fees, got intro to Solana.
Yeah.
Worked as a moderator because I really wanted to understand the nuances of community management. That is something I'm very passionate about, right? So I worked as a moderator. The PFP that you see is Blocksmith Labs, one of the OGs. During the same time, another mint was happening. It was for a NFT verification tool. Worked as a mod. They like my work. They're like, come on, work on other projects. 2021, we pivoted due to AI. We formed a Web3 focused company called Big Block Theory. Again, the same co-founder. Shout out to my team out there who are helping brands create mindshare to organic means. And then the most important part of my journey, that is Better Call Saul and the Jupiter Cat journey, right? It's fascinating because I was using the product. One fine day, I was like, there was an airdrop. I'm like, okay, that's fantastic. Then I started getting involved in the community. I think I still remember I attended one of Meow's Discord calls where is to, yap for 2 hours plus, and everyone used to listen and, super excited. And then you guys came out every week. I'm like, what? There's
I
a
also was
project.
like, what? Yeah.
There's a project which is pretty big. They're coming out every week to inform the community, to say what's up, to try to get them involved. And I'm like, damn, we got to do something about this. That's when I started creating content about Jupiter. A few people saw my content. Then it's been like a family. Here we are.
It's pretty great to hear, man. I remember I saw your content early on. I think I saw you on the Super Team Earn bounty winners lists all the time as well. You guys were doing some catching some bounties and some grants and things like that, which is pretty great to see. And now you've been deep in the game. So, having written threads about many of the products, can I ask, what is your personal favorite? Is there one that you find yourself more in awe of than the others?
I'm in awe of Jupiter, bro. I consider Jupiter to be the DeFi bank of the world. And I'm not even trying to be a fanboy here, right? For one simple reason. I'll give you two reasons here. First one, Jupiter has shipped more in this 1 week alone than my bank has shipped in the past 3 years. They updated their UI after 3 years. Reason number two, Aaron just told, if you have any suggestions or feedback, just DM me. I've not heard any bank official saying that to me in any call, nor is there a planetary call for us to interact with them, right? So for me, Jupe is, I strongly believe we are going to be DeFi bank of the world, powered by a very, very strong community, powered by a great team. And I think everyone here has a role to play to make that possible.
I think that's absolutely right. Well
But
said,
to answer
buddy.
your question, I think portfolio wins. I mean, such a banger of a product, bro. Like, I've used so many portfolio
Look at it
trackers,
celebrating.
separate apps, but that one takes the. I think it takes number one spot in terms of feature.
As I go up celebrating over at the back, yeah, and feeling good about it, as well he should. It's many people's favorite. Well, and articulately said. I guess one question for you then is, since you spend a lot of time thinking about the products and so on, what do you think we should add next? Is there any kind of hole that you're hoping that we fill, or that you want to see us add to the roadmap?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give Go more work. I would love a feature. Two things. I would love a feature to know the average price that we got a asset in the portfolio itself. It's a pain in the ass to find when I got what, how much am I making, because you DCA, you have no clue. Uh, things pump and you're happy, but in the end, you have not really made a profit because you kept DCAing all the way down. So 30% pump is not much, right? So that's one. On
This
the
be like a
portfolio
profit and
side.
loss kind of thing, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of space in the web version of the portfolio to add that as a column, like average buy price and the P&L, right? And then, of course, some way to figure out taxes. I know it's a tough topic, but I think as we move towards regulations, an export of the P&L, again, both are intertwined, but I think it's going to be very, very useful.
That okay? It was loud and heard. I mean, I can't say anything without finding me. Oh, he said it himself. Oh, amazing. Okay, cool. He's already spoiling it himself. The first one on your wish list, just because you asked for it, wish granted. Token
Yay,
profit and
let's
loss is
go.
coming to portfolio very soon.
So
Indeed.
excited. Damn.
There we go. This is the power of coming on the Planetary call. You ask and you shall receive. Look at that. On the tax side, I think that's a good shout. We should maybe bring that back. All right. So we talked about back in the conversation. We had talked about this internally a little bit. In fact, Guam himself had brought it up. All credit to him. Outside of the product suite, let's talk a little bit about the Jupiter community. You've obviously seen a bunch of folks. If you kind of had to describe it, tax knows. If you had to kind of describe like the Jupiter community, when you're talking to friends or family or whoever else, random people on the bus, how do you think about the Jupiter community? Like, what does it kind of represent to you?
Wholesome. if one word, the word would be wholesome, for one simple reason, because there is an opportunity for every person to grow here without any barriers, right?
Mm.
That's why that's the experience I had. I think many others can. One special mention here also. What you guys did was pretty insane. I don't think anyone else has done that. Taking about 1,000+ people to a conference in another country. I'm pretty sure for a lot
Yeah.
of them it was their first time, their first experience, and traveling by far is the best teacher, right? And you guys gave that opportunity to small time, and the beauty of this was the followers didn't matter. As long as that
Mm.
person has contributed in some way or the other, got an opportunity to rep Jupiter, and boy, what a conference that was,
That
bro.
was a good one. That
I'm
was
waiting for
indeed
the next
a lot
one,
of fun.
wherever it is. I'm gonna pre-book my tickets.
Yeah. Yeah, we're still we gotta figure that out. But indeed, I do think I like this idea. Wholesome is a fun one. Definitely very welcoming in that sense, and a lot of people who are out there. And indeed, I think it's like it's a two-way street, right? We like to do fun stuff for the community because the community is great and does fun stuff back. If everyone in the community was just screaming at us all the time or something like that, or feeling very entitled or whatever else, it would definitely lower the appetite to do it. But you kind of get what you put out into the universe, you know. So it's worked out both ways. People in the chat definitely digging it. Yinka said, "Please, what's his Twitter handle? Love his energy. Tell the folks what your Twitter handle is."
It is BCS_BBT.
BBT. What does
Yeah,
BBT stand?
that's Big Block Theory, my agency.
Gotcha. BCS_BBT.
Yeah, BCS for Better Call Saul, and then the BBT part.
That one makes it a little bit easier. W for Saul Goodman in the chat for sure. Well, I'll ask you the same final question I always ask people on this call. If anyone is watching this, you know, we have 7,000, 35, 37, 38. It keeps going up. Folks who have at least seen this, what advice do you have for them if they want to get more involved into the Jupiter community?
I'd say put yourself out there. I mean, now is the best time. People say data is the oil, sorry. Distribution is gold. Now is the easiest time for you to get started. It costs zero to start something, be it any form of content, video or writing. It costs zero to access information. If you dial back 5 years, accessing information itself was not easy for a lot of people, right? Now it's at the tip of our fingers. And then, of course, there's AI. So I think the only excuse to not starting is ourselves. That might sound harsh, but I truly believe in that. And guys, just put yourself out there. It's not easy when you start for sure, but that is exactly why you have communities. Come on board, come join Jupiter, network with people. Here's the beauty about being anonymous. There is absolutely no barriers. You're not identified by any country. You're not identified by a race. You're just your PFP and your username. Isn't that beautiful? Right?
It
And
is an opportunity.
and there's no barriers. People are your friends all of a sudden, and they start supporting you. So my only tip is, please come on board. Jupiter community is very supportive. The team obviously has a lot of initiatives to support you. And if you need any help to grow your account or anything on the content side, hit me up.
Fantastic. Better Call Saul smashed it as I knew you would. Creative Parrots dropping the real alpha, honestly, and articulating things as always perfectly. Better Call Saul, thank you so much. People could follow you on Twitter at BCS_BBT. Go check them out. My guy, I'll catch up with you very soon.
Get well soon, Kash. Bye-bye.
Thanks, buddy. I'm going to go pass out for the next 24 hours at least.
Bye-bye.
So nobody asked me anything on Thursday. I'll tell you that right now. Anyway, Better Call Saul, the best. What a guy. Just so well-spoken. He could come and do my job maybe, actually. Next time I'm sick, Better Call Saul, I'm calling you to take over. In any case, thank you very much for joining. These are all of the tissues that I used on this call. There's more over here. I don't know if that's gross or not, but fuck it. Who cares? Also, I realize anyway, thank you so much for coming out, everybody. This has been a great one. Easy Street said, when are we getting any updates on JubeNet? perhaps the next Planetary call, maybe the one after that. I'm not sure. Definitely follow my guy at Nick Chen. I don't even know what his Twitter handle is, but he's the one leading the project, and we'll be putting some stuff out. Hopefully, we'll have some news for you in the near future, but no promises. Instead, what do we talk about this week in the Jupiverse? Lend obviously absolutely destroying, I believe, the fastest growing protocol in Solana history. I'm not sure. It's pretty great. Airdrop checker launched live on Jupiter Portfolio. Go check all your wallets. If you have some stake Jupe, you're going to need that. Actually, you're going to need stake Jupe. So if you don't already have some, go get some Jupe and stake it so that you can check multiple wallets and find all the lost money and see all the upcoming airdrops as well. Got to hear about the mobile V2 arc and all the great work that's being done there to make what is, in my opinion, the best wallet experience that you're going to get anywhere, and how that's going to evolve into the Trencher arc. Heard about Maple and Syrup USDC, a little alpha, a little new ideas on the call. Hopefully they got you more excited. And finally, a great session from Better Call Saul. I thought you were so sick I couldn't hear you, Kash, to say AyAaron, he's back. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for the kind words. I will definitely go wear glasses more often. I appreciate that as well. And you don't have to go home, but you can stay here. See you next time, everybody. Bye.